Hi guys, long time no see. I do really plan on posting more on this channel, but yeah, it's been a while. I'm sorry about that, but I'm back. And today I wanted to do, in case you can't tell by what I'm wearing, something that has to do with Harry Potter, because I love Harry Potter with every fiber of my being. So when I saw Tessa Natting do the ultimate Harry Potter tag, I was like, yes, I must do this. I love Harry Potter. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'll go ahead and link her video below so that you can go check that out, because she is like the Harry Potter queen. So I'm just going to answer some questions and stuff. Alrighty, let me pull it up. Okay, first question. Favorite book? Okay, I'm going to have to go with The Sorcerer's Stone, the very first book, the book that started it all. Or the Philosopher's Stone, depending on what, part of the world you're in. The Sorcerer's Stone for me, it just kind of changed my life. I remember reading it in 5th grade or something, and it was just so magical. After that, my best friend and I, we were just obsessed with Harry Potter. For the rest of our lives, we became obsessed with Harry Potter. And it was such an escape, and I think that's the most innocent to me of all of the books. It's the one that just kind of introduces you to the world and to these characters that you become so attached to. And I don't know, it's a beautiful story, and whenever I'm feeling particularly nostalgic or I just want to go back to my childhood for a little while and get those warm fuzzy feelings, I like to reread The Sorcerer's Stone. So that's gonna have to be it for me. Question 2, least favorite book. I think I'm gonna have to go with Order of the Phoenix. I do like the book, don't get me wrong, I love all of the books, but that one took me very long to get through. And I think it's because the tone completely switched on me, and I was just like, I enjoy, well, I don't enjoy reading tragedy, but I think it's a necessary thing, but the tone just shifted so much, and Harry Potter really did annoy me in that book. I felt like he was just so whiny, and he wouldn't listen, and I'm just like, just listen to what the people are telling you, please. And none of this would have happened. You were so hard-headed. So anyways, I felt I spent most of the book screaming at Harry. But it is still a wonderful book, but it's probably my least favorite. Favorite movie? Again, I will have to go with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, because it's just such a sweet, it's pretty much the same reasons why I love the book. The movie, it's the same, just the introduction to the world, and it's just so magical and sweet. And I kind of like that. I feel like it's just something that you can watch that movie over and over, and it always leaves you with this just nice feeling in your chest, and I like that. Least favorite movie. I think, again, I'm gonna have to go with Order of the Phoenix. Again, the tone just completely shifted, and it broke my heart, that particular movie. I remember watching it for the first time and just crying my eyes out. And I like the movie, it's just, it's so intense for me that I can't watch it very much at all. I think I've maybe only watched that one once, because it was just so emotional for me that I can't do that one every night. Okay. Favorite quote. I think there are so many quotes from the books that just kind of resonate, or they provide this sort of lesson that you can take with you. And whenever I think I'm feeling kind of torn about something, either morally or I don't know what to do, there are some quotes that kind of resonate with me. And my favorite quote is by Dumbledore, and he says, "It is our choices, Harry, that show who we really are." Wait, I want to make sure I have it completely correct, because I kind of paraphrase it in my head. "It is our choices, Harry, that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities." And I just think that's kind of nice, because when you're kind of torn about what you should do in a moment, I think sometimes we definitely can do something, but it can hurt someone else, but benefit us. And to make the decision to not do that thing that can hurt somebody, it shows who you are. It shows your character. And that's so important to me. And when Dumbledore said that in the Chamber of Secrets, it just really hit me. And it's something I like to think about sometimes. So now we get into characters. Favorite Weasley. That's hard. I love me the redheaded Weasleys. I think, like Fred and George, they're so funny, and I love that about them, and I love that Molly is just this protective mama bear. But I think Ron, and a lot of people always look at me funny when I say that Ron is one of my favorite characters. I just find him so supportive, and he's kind of dopey, but I feel like he's dependable and he's gonna be there for you no matter what. And I love to eat, and Ron loves to eat. So I feel like we get along. I love Ron. he's so supportive, and I think there were a lot of moments where Harry is very hard to support. He is just, I love Harry. I love Harry. I don't want any hate towards me because of this, but sometimes he is so hard-headed, and Ron supported him through a lot of just crazy adventures where Harry wasn't really explaining why they should do certain things, but Ron was just like, yeah, you know what, dude, I'm with you. And I like that. Favorite female character. Okay, so as a proud Ravenclaw, I'm gonna have to go with Luna Lovegood.
You're just as sane as I am.
I think she is just this quirky, unique individual who doesn't care what other people think, and I find that so admirable. There are times when I feel very strange and like nobody understands me, and then I think of Luna and how people were kind of cruel to her, and she was just happy living in her own strange little bubble, and I think that's amazing, to not care about what other people think, but to still care about people and not let it make you bitter or feel like, you know, I'm just a loner and I don't want to connect with anybody. Like, she still tried to connect with people, but she didn't force anything. And, you know, I love her character so much. She's just a quirky, beautiful girl, and I look up to her so much. Favorite villain? That's hard. I think I hate Umbridge with a passion.
Because you know, deep down, you deserve to be punished.
So I guess I kind of love to hate her. I wouldn't say she's my favorite. I don't condone anything that she does. I don't feel like, oh, I can see why she's doing this or anything like that. I don't like her. I hate her so much, but I guess there's a passion there. So I think I'm gonna have to say her, just because I also found her character so unique, you know, the way that they describe her as loving these super dainty things and cats, and she had this super passive aggressive way of dealing with people, and like I just couldn't stand her, but I love to hate her. Favorite male character? I truly love Sirius Black very much. No, wait. I love so many. I love everybody. Hagrid. Yes, Hagrid. He is my big, lovable bear, and I think just his kindness and generosity and how he sees the good in just about everyone and every creature, even those disgusting spiders, he's just a sweetie pie, and I love him. And yes, I think I'm gonna have to go with Hagrid. And the beard. I like beards. I mean, I'm not saying I have a crush on Hagrid. I feel like this is getting weird now. That's not what I'm saying. I don't have a crush on Hagrid. I just find him so sweet and kind, and I love how passionate he is about caring for animals.
Isn't he beautiful?
Or creatures in general. I too, I think, would be that way. So I'm gonna have to go with Hagrid. Yes. Favorite professor. I feel I would really enjoy Care of Magical Creatures with Hagrid. Even though he would bring in probably the most frightening of creatures, and I'd end up hurt because I'm clumsy, I think it would just be really fun because he's such a hands-on professor. It's not just reading about what you need to do or what kinds of things these creatures love. Like, he's just like, get in there, learn about the creature, become friends with it, and I think that's really cool. So I think Hagrid. I do love Snape and McGonagall, but I feel like their classes would be so intense and I'd be panicked and anxiety ridden the entire time because I'd be so afraid of getting something wrong. So I'm gonna have to say no to their classes. I think Hagrid. Because I love creatures, I love animals of all kinds, except spiders. But maybe Hagrid could help me with that. He could help me overcome my fear of spiders. And I'd have a giant spider for a pet. Okay, would you rather A, wash Snape's hair, or B, spend a day listening to Lockhart rant about himself? I really don't like Lockhart. He is so irritating to me, and even just reading about him ranting and always talking so highly of himself, and he was so full of himself, I just couldn't imagine spending a whole day with that man. Although it might be kind of amusing just to see the amount of lies that he tells, and if you could tell which ones, well, there would probably all be fibs and over-exaggerations. No, I think I'm gonna have to go with wash Snape's hair, because he seems very lonely.
Obviously.
And I feel like we could be friends. I too have long hair, so I think I could give him some excellent tips on how to care for his hair. And maybe we'd be friends. I'd way rather be friends with Snape than Lockhart. I don't know if that sounds crazy, but I would. Okay, next one. Would you rather duel A, an elated Bellatrix, or B, an angry Molly? Oh no, I'd rather duel Bellatrix, for sure. She's just, and as a redhead, I know how angry one can get. So I feel Bellatrix is crazy. She's definitely a wild card for sure and so strong. But it'd also be interesting, a test of my own powers to see if I can take Bellatrix. So I'm gonna have to go with her. Travel to Hogwarts via A, Hogwarts Express, or B, flying car. Okay, normally I would be all for having my privacy and not being around people, but it's the freaking Hogwarts Express. That's the one time I feel, well, and cons as well, when I'm okay with a ton of people just around me. It's the Hogwarts Express. I want to get to know all the other witches and wizards and get snacks and talk and see little spells being cast and stuff. I think it would be pretty fun. And everyone would be excited together, getting ready to go back to school. Yeah, this definitely would have to be the Hogwarts Express. Okay, next one. Kiss Voldemort or give Umbridge a bubble bath? I don't want to kiss Voldemort. Giving Umbridge a bubble bath, I can't stand that woman. So I can just imagine having to wash her crinkly old body. I definitely do not want to see Umbridge naked at all, and I feel that would take some time to give her a bubble bath because she'd tell me I'd be doing something wrong and irritating the bejesus out of me. So I'm going to say kiss Voldemort. It would be disgusting for sure to kiss him. I feel like he would just reek of evil and reek in general. Ugh. And the taste of his mouth would probably be disgusting, but I feel it could be done soon. I could get it over with fast, as opposed to giving Umbridge a bubble bath, which would take some time, and I don't want to do that. So kiss Voldemort, yes. Book to movie adaptation. Is there a character which you felt differently about in the movies versus the books? Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
For sure. In the first two movies, when Richard Harris was playing Dumbledore,
Dumbledore.
I felt he really did embody what I felt Dumbledore was like. Very calm, even in the face of danger, and nothing really seemed to stir him. Or if it did, he didn't let it show. He was very calm and collected and wise, and I think when Michael Gambon took over, his reactions, they were way more intense and dramatic, and I didn't feel that that's the way Dumbledore was. I personally just never got that vibe from him from the books. So I really didn't care for how he portrayed him. I think when he gets angry, especially in the Goblet of Fire, when when he thinks Harry entered his name into the goblet, in the movie Dumbledore screams and gets so angry, and in the book it's very clearly stated that he says it pretty calmly. So I did not care for him in it, and well, no, that's horrible to say. It's not that I didn't. It's just different. It was a very different portrayal of Dumbledore than I would have liked and what I imagined in my head. But maybe other people got that, and I did hear that he did not read the books before portraying Dumbledore. So maybe I guess he just wanted to go in fresh and do his own thing, but I feel if you're catering to a fandom as big as Harry Potter, you should maybe read the book so you can see what the character's like. I could be mistaken, maybe that did not happen, maybe that is just a rumor, but that is what I heard. So, is there a movie you preferred instead of the book? No. Honestly, I love the movies. I really do. I can watch them over and over, and I think if you just want a quick Harry Potter fix and you don't have the time maybe to sit and read all of the books, they're a wonderful treat for your eyes. But the books, there's just something magical about them. You're transported in a very different way, because J.K. Rowling takes the time to write out so many details and so many little scenes that can't make it into the movie because the movie's already long as it is, and it's very different adapting a book for the screen. I feel like there's a lot you have to cut out, so the book is just so, well, the books just encompass so much, and I think you can really dive into it so much more, into the world and Harry's mind and all the characters so much more than the movies. But I do love the movies. I'm not saying that, well, I'm kind of saying that the books are better, but I love them both so much, different reasons. Richard Harris or Michael Gambon as Dumbledore? Or is it Michael Gambon? Am I saying it wrong? I have to ask Google. Who is Richard Gambon?
According to Wikipedia, Sir Michael John Gambon is an Irish-born British actor who has worked in theatre.
I mean, I know who he is, but I just wanted to say his name. Okay, well, ignore it earlier when I was calling him Michael Gambon. I don't know, I think I wanted to give it a little flair. As I was saying, Richard Harris. Richard Harris all the way. I feel like he really portrayed Dumbledore the way I envisioned it in my head, and I think it's just so tragic that he didn't get to do the rest of the movies because of his death, but I thought he was just the perfect Dumbledore, and he was amazing, and he made me feel the way book Dumbledore made me feel. Oh, I skipped one. Ride a hippogriff or ride a firebolt? Ride a hippogriff. That is all I could think about after Prisoner of Azkaban. Little Buckbeak. I cried with them when they felt that they couldn't save Buckbeak, but then they did, and just, I can just imagine that. I love creatures, and flying on a hippogriff would be amazing, so without a doubt, I'm not a Quidditch kind of girl. I know I couldn't play it, I could not ride a broom like that. Hippogriff all the way. Your top thing, person, or event which wasn't included in the movie that annoyed you most. Okay. When the fourth movie came out, Goblet of Fire, my best friend and I, we used to get on the phone and read the chapters together sometimes. I don't know, we just thought it was so fun to do the voices and everything. And I remember at the end of Goblet of Fire, when Hermione, it says very clearly, like, Hermione had done something she'd never done before. She kissed Harry on the cheek. And now keep in mind that my best friend and I were pretty young when we read this, so we were like, oh, Hermione, what's going on? And this was before we even knew that Hermione was going to be with Ron. So we were in shock. We were like, what is going on? And that was all we could talk about for months, was Hermione and Harry's kiss and wanting to know what was going to happen in the 5th book, what was going to go on between them. So when I watched the movie Goblet of Fire, and there was no kiss, though now I understand why. It's still, I remember it broke my heart, and my best friend and I were just so shocked and angry that they would not include that, because it felt so important to us. And I'm sure to anyone else that was just like, okay, whatever, not a huge deal. To us, that was earth-shattering. So yes, I'm still upset about it. Even though I completely get it now, I'm still upset. If you could remake any of the Potter movies, which would it be? I don't know if I would remake them. I love them for what they are. I know that they're not perfect. I know that there are things missing and everything, but I also get that there were some things that just had to be cut out for a time, or, you know, to adapt something to a movie. There's nothing that shatters my soul, because I still have the books and I'm very happy to revisit them. And even though they go together and they both fill me with the same feelings, I'm happy with them being separate entities, and it's okay that it's not perfect. Yeah, I'm okay with the movies. Which house was your first gut feeling that you'd be a part of? I think I always kind of knew I'd be in Ravenclaw. That is my house. We're repping it today. I think I kind of always knew. I've always been a huge bookworm, and I kind of keep to myself. I know I don't fit in Gryffindor. I'm not that brave, and I really do usually think things through, or kind of just stay out of things. So I know that I would not be a I would not be in Gryffindor. Slytherin, there is no way I'd be in Slytherin.
Not Slytherin. Not Slytherin.
And a Hufflepuff, maybe a Hufflepuff, I could kind of see it. But Ravenclaw just felt right to me, so I was really happy when I took the test on Pottermore. And I took it about 2 or 3 times just to make sure, and every single time I got Ravenclaw, so I am a proud Ravenclaw through and through. To which house were you actually sorted to on Pottermore? That is Ravenclaw. Which class would be your favorite? Care of Magical Creatures. We have talked about this, and I stand by that. I think Divination would be fun as well, just to see if maybe I have the skills. But Care of Magical Creatures would be my number 1. Just seeing all of the different creatures and learning about them. And okay, side note here. Who else thought that Fantastic Beasts was going to be about Newt Scamander actually going out and finding all of these beasts? That's what Which spell do you think would be the most useful to learn? I think Expelliarmus, because you could get objects out of people's hands. You know, if you're in a battle, you could just automatically disarm them. It would be a fun trick to play. Somebody's holding something, you get it out of their hand. I like that one. If you could own one of the 3 hollows, which would it be? Okay. I think the Elder Wand. I mean, well, no, because if I already had a wand that was chosen for me, or it chose me, it was my wand, that's pretty crappy to kind of forsake it for something more powerful. It's not very me. But it would be kind of cool to have the Elder Wand. Maybe the invisibility cloak. I feel Harry got so much use out of that invisibility cloak. He got in anywhere. He was able to hear all sorts of things. So that seems really handy to have. It's practical. And I don't see myself being caught in lots of danger to need something as powerful as the Elder Wand. Or maybe my wand would be really powerful. Who knows? But anyways, I think I'll have to go with the invisibility cloak. Is there any aspect of the books you'd want to change? This can be a character, event, anything. Oh, all the deaths. If I could save Dobby, I would. That poor innocent little baby. Or also Sirius Black, because I feel like it was such a no, it wasn't pointless. It did teach Harry a lesson, but it was just so heart-wrenching because it could have been avoided if Harry would just listen to his elders. Sirius Black would still be alive. Not that I'm blaming him. Okay, I'm blaming him, but I don't know. I think there are just so many characters that I love, and to see them die, or Lupin, oh, seeing them dead, just, oh, seeing them and reading about them dying, it just broke my heart. So maybe if I could change Dobby at least, or Hedwig, Dobby, okay, if I could just change the fact that he died, I would be very happy. Favorite martyr? Padfoot, duh. Yeah, I'm totally obsessed with Sirius Black, and I think I would have such a crush on Tina Champ. Oh, but I don't know. Because Moony, Lupin, I feel like I would be totally into that quiet kind of, well, he's not brooding, just like that quiet kindness. I would totally find that appealing. I'm kind of, I go either way. It's either very quiet, studious, nerdy types that get me, or those dashing, devilish ones like Sirius Black. So that would be really difficult. I'm going to go Padfoot because I feel like he would be very adventurous and fun. But Lupin and his werewolf ways. This is difficult. No. Okay, I'm gonna go Padfoot. He's my favorite. He'd be adventurous and fun, and in all the stories that they tell of him when he's young, it seems like he was just a devil-may-care type, and he would be, if nothing else, a amazing adventure partner. So, Padfoot. If you could bring one character back to life, which would it be? Dobby. I don't know, there's so many characters, like I said before, that just, their deaths traumatized me. But Dobby is this one that, to this day, I feel like, never forget. A lot of people think Dobby is annoying, and that a lot of the things that he did for Harry were senseless or just annoying, but I think that Dobby is a sweet little baby, and he did not deserve to die. Okay, last question. Hollows or Horcruxes? I think Hollows. You have to do something too awful for a Horcrux, and I am not about that life. I believe in goodness and kindness, and I don't think I could do the things that are done for a Horcrux, so I'm gonna have to say Hollows. This was pretty tough. There were a lot of things where I go back and forth because I'm an indecisive person, but I hope that you enjoyed this tag and you got to know a little bit more about me and my Harry Potter obsession, and you enjoyed it, or you at least found it kind of entertaining. So I guess that is all. I hope that you have a wonderful day or night, whatever time it is where you are when you are watching this, and thank you for clicking on this video. I think they say that you can like, comment, or subscribe. So please do that. I plan on posting a lot more. So thank you for watching.